Yeah, so I mean, his sort of like kind of, I would guess, philosophical underpinning is kind of like objectivism, which is this philosophy created by Ayn Rand, who I'm sure many people are aware of. But it's essentially this idea that like society is best when like most people work from their sort of selfish ambitions and are not sort and like that's kind of like their primary focus. Like they're not so concerned about the poor or like kind of behaving altruistically. Like their primary focus is to just do their own selfish desires. And the whole premise of the philosophy is that if everybody behaves in this way, then all of society is better. So that's kind of like his society. He wants to create like a society where all these intellectuals, all these scientists, all these like poets and musicians can come and just like focus on their selfish like inherent desires and to not be like forced to like worry or like to pay huge amounts of taxes or to just like do all these things that like kind of like modern society is kind of like making people do like under the systems of capitalism or communism or whatever.
Yeah, so it's very individualist. It's sort of like, hey, you're a great scientist. We're going to let you do the best science you can possibly do, and you're going to create your own prestige, and you don't need to worry about any other person. You can just focus on those desires. But I just thought of something when you were talking there. Another underpinning of Ayn Rand's objectivist philosophy is reason. Of course, selfishness is there too, but this society has to be completely objective. The society just exists as it exists. There's no other interpretation, and everything should exist through reason. Is there some sort of idea, because science is sort of what causes this society to go haywire in the creation of atom and sort of genetic manipulation? So is there some sort of idea here that a society simply based on reason, without emotion, without empathy, sort of just leads to chaos, and that's science is sort of the avenue that takes reason to these horrible, exaggerated states in this world?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like I think that's a fairly reasonable interpretation because you have this society built on reason, on kind of just like rational decision making, and then you have it just completely like just descend into chaos.